Red jacket with the yellow cap, or yellow jacket with the red cap, I beg your pardon. Set to go. They're off. I Am Dirty came away in about second position. Whitehall showing speed this afternoon, began fast, and I Am Dirty, they're the first two. Zanaro goes through to join them, and Priory Park just in fourth position, but it's got the advantage of the rails. It'll probably drive through and land on the back of the leader. Then came Quarterback from Air of Solace, who's second last, and Paracest Magic is the last one. They've got 800 metres left to go, and Zanaro crossed I Am Dirty to lead, and Priory Park with the rails in third position, and Whitehall just going forward there, but it's three wide. They're followed then by Quarterback at the 600 metre point from Air of Solace, and Paracest Magic is the last one. So it's Zanaro in front. I Am Dirty's in second position, and Whitehall hanging in there third, but three wide. Priory Park's in fourth at the 400 metre point, and then came Quarterback from Air of Solace, and Paracest Magic is tacked on. Zanaro turns from I Am Dirty. I Am Dirty took the lead quickly at the top of the straight, 2:25 to go, and I Am Dirty dashed away. Priory Park coming through the pack. Whitehall hanging in there, but I Am Dirty has dashed right away. It's I Am Dirty in front. Quarterback to second, and Paracest Magic's running a great race on debut, but I Am Dirty won second. That'll go to Quarterback just in front of Paracest Magic. It's run a terrific race on debut, and then came Whitehall. They were followed then by Air of Solace, and further back in the field to Priory Park, and Zanaro came in as one of the last.
What a dominant performance by this filly at a second race start. I Am Dirty, a $600,000 Magic Million purchase. I'm Invincible filly, I Am Dirty. Rachel King, Ronnie controlled everything from outside the leader.
Yeah, she certainly did, and that run under her belt, and 1,200 metres today. She left them no excuses, sitting outside, did a bit of work early, and was terrific there. So Quarterback sort of stuck his head down to get that second by the look of things there. And what about Paris Magic here? Was tailed off one barrier trial and is absolutely charged to the line. So looks to have a nice little future there. And I thought Whitehall was excellent. Didn't work going forward, and he did a lot of work in the run there and stuck on well. But all honours, the winner here, and that was the well-tried late I Am Dirty, and they collect the cash.
Yeah, like you said, Ronnie, she sort of took total control out of the race at about the first 100 metres once she sat outside lead. She actually travelled really, really strong. I thought it was going to take a little bit of a finish away from her, but she had a good kick on the top of the straight. A little bit of confusion back and behind him there with Quarterback, but all honours with the winner. Terrific ride.
Everyone 1972, home in 34.89. 1972, 34.89, and they don't have a class record in the book. The track record for this distance is Tactical Advantage 1886. So the 2-year-olds have run 1972. 270 and 180. I Am Dirty, Quarterback 350. The third horse at massive odds, Paracest Magic, has allowed the trifecta to pay $418, and the first four with Whitehall fourth has paid $1,581.40. 7, 4, 8 and 5. Ronnie, I think Björn thinks he's going to have a pretty good day today because he's got more firepower to come.
Yeah, he sounded pretty bullish, didn't he, just then with that interview? So he's away on the right leg, that's for sure.
Waiting for I Am Dirty to come back to scale. Rachel King kicks off this card with a dominant display with I Am Dirty. I don't want to interrupt Björn because he's doing his social media stuff. Well done. Well done. What do you think of her?
Yeah, well, I must say I've got some very important owners and connections in this, including none other than Mrs. Andrea Baker. I'm hoping that's her Mother's Day gift, actually, Andrea, because I haven't got anything else organised. So happy Mother's Day from me and the family tomorrow, babe. But no, great. Bred by Ridgemont, obviously big clients of mine, and one of my main owners in her, Kenny Saligich and the team, and he's been a great client of mine, and very special to get a 2-year-old race. As I said, it's a great form race, this race, particularly for my stable, and lucky to have a very, very nice filly. Jim Clark, he just buys exceptional horses, and we've still got a few left, which I think are very good value.
So your two Group 1 winners went here. Green Spaces, the Derby winner, An overpass. Old overpass came here.
Yeah, I think that might have even been one of the inaugural meetings of this meeting on a Saturday. So, yeah it's and what a special horse he is. He's coming along really well.
What are you going to do with her, this preparation?
We'll just have a bit of a think. Maybe we go one more or possibly put her out. I've always had a really good opinion of her, and it's important to win these 2-year-old races, especially a Saturday race, and we're underway. So I think she's going to go on to better things. It's just a matter of when.
Okay, good luck with the rest of them today.
Thank you very much.
There's Björn, and here's Rachel.
Congratulations, Rachel. She looks like she's took good improvement out of that first up.
She has, yeah. Look, I think obviously valuable experience first up, and she was just a little bit more on the ball today. She jumped clean, was able to put herself up on speed, and they had a big opinion of her before her first up run. It didn't quite come off, but hopefully she's repaid them today.
It looked like it was going to get a little bit messy the first furlong.
Yeah, I was about ready to get in trouble from Mr. Baker, but no, luckily it worked out well, and she's pretty tractable, so even when I give her a squeeze, I knew I did have the option if I needed to be able to come back, but like once we got to be able to park outside lead, she just relaxed beautifully.
Well done.
Thank you.
This is race 2, the midway. Stand by. They're off. And Spice Baby came away about midfield, and Queen's Rhapsody just behind it, and Smashing Time was fast away. It'll cross them here, Smashing Time, and lead from Spice Baby in second. Harlex is in third position, and Show County's in fourth. And then came Sapling in fifth from Jaeger's Presides Horizons. Queen's Rhapsody's got a long way back in the field with Duck Egg Blue, and Espresso is the last one. So 750 left to go, and Smashing Time getting a cheap lead in front, led by 2 lengths to Spice Baby in second. Harlex in third, and then Show County fourth at the 600 metre point from Sapling, and then came Jaeger's Horizons and Presides racing together from Queen's Rhapsody, who starts her run 3 wide. Duck Egg Blue is second last, and Espresso's the last one past the 400. Smashing Time in front leads them around the bend from Spice Baby in second. Show County's cut the corner, then came Harlex from Sapling. It's Smashing Time in front from Spice Baby, 150 to go. Smashing Time in front from Spice Baby, then came Harlex and Sapling. Smashing Time still in front from Spice Baby. Smashing Time all the way. Smashing Time beat Spice Baby. Harlex, Jaeger's, Queen's Rhapsody from Sapling, and then came Horizons from Preside, Show County, Espresso, and Duck Egg Blue came in last.
Well, the Blinkers first time have got the result that Robert and Luke Price wanted. Number 4, Smashing Time. Adam Hieronymus in front and winning, beating Spice Baby. So the 2 Kembla Grange gallopers 1-2. Harlex is going to get third, number 9, and will stand by for fourth. The time they've run, 188.
Crikey.
188. Now, what did I say that Tactical Advantage track record was, Ronnie?
Around that. I thought where are we here?
Tactical Advantage ran 1886. So if the book is right, that's a new track record.
Yeah, so stand by. There might be a few more. If that's right, there might be a few more today as well. So really on-pace dominated race that. They went hard enough for something to run on, as the time suggests, but 1, 2, 3, and even the long shot up on the speed has held on for third there. So maybe it was just one of those races, or maybe this track's dry and hard to make ground, which wasn't evident in the first race. So the answer, I don't know what the answer is yet. Maybe it's fair.
Ronnie, watching the replay of this horse last time out there at Kembla, I knew this track was going to suit this horse, and especially when the blinkers went on. He's obviously fast. Adam Hieronymus sat right out in the middle of the track. Didn't show good intent early. He wasn't the quickest in the stride, but once he got out in front and was just highballing, the short straight was always going to suit.
Okay, Rob Price is here, just talking to the press. He's probably telling them what a genius masterstroke it was putting the blinkers on for the first time. But I read that you've been waiting to put them on.
For sure, you know, he's not the sort of horse you just rush in and change gear on. We've dabbled around with different gear over time. He's a sort of horse that early days showed us a lot of promise. If you want to be critical of him, he has been a bit disappointing over, he ran a close fourth in a Queensland Guineas, like size, I mean. So, he's a sort of horse that we had big hopes for. But you get 2 good runs out of him, and then he needs time off, and that's just the horse. Change of gear today, switched him on enough to get us home. Like I say, he's got more ability than this sort of grade suggests, but we've just got to get that out of him.
And you think you'll get more out of him this prep?
I think so. No, but I think we'll just be careful and mindful what we do with him. Like his first 2 runs are always his best 2 runs.
Yep.
So we'll probably give him a little bit of quiet time now, and then we'll go again.
Well, they don't give you any extra prize money for breaking a track record, but it'll be on his CV now.
Yeah, no, he was good. Honestly, he's a talented horse, but you just got to be mindful of the way you train him.
Well done.
Well done, Adam. Showed good intent early, but never looked like getting beat.
No, he didn't. And I was going out to the start, Rachel was strapping him, and I said to her, today's the day. If she doesn't deliver today, then you're really scratching your head. So the blinkers were a good addition, and the barrier really helped because I didn't have to rush him. I actually thought all the way down the back I really controlled the race and was able to sort of get him up onto the bridle before coming into the straight and sort of increase the margin while he was still on the bridle and getting to him a little bit because he does like to, think. But he was strong late, so very good win.
Well done.
Thank you.
Light on. They're off, and Neil came away well in the first 2 or 3 with Thrilling Venture, who's very fast into stride, and Silver Serenade in third, but now being restrained, and Denman Force goes past it. Neil will lead from Thrilling Venture, Denman Force, and then Silver Serenade from Sneaky PC, Sunrise Ridge. Then came Ritz Sun, who's caught 3 deep, being followed by Exit Fee. Settles down midfield from Life Coach the Rails in the blue jacket. Then Any Rock from Danxia, and Ischieros is the last one. It's Neil in front coming to the 400, a length and a half to Thrilling Venture second, and Silver Serenades in third. And then Denman Force from Sunrise Ridge, and Exit Fee pulling out for its run, and Ritzun's the deepest runner. 250 to go. Neil more than a length in front to Thrilling Venture, Sunrise Ridge. Exit Fee starting to run on. Neil in front, 125 to go. Here comes Exit Fee. It's Neil in front from Exit Fee. Neil's in front from Exit Fee. Neil needs the line. Neil won the Tab Highway. Exit Fee second. Sunrise Ridge is good and run third, and they were followed by Thrilling Venture, and then came Silver Serenade. They were followed then by Sneaky PC from Any Rock, Ischieros, Life Coach. A long way back was Danxia, Ritz Sun, and Denman Force came in as one of the last.
Neil leads all the way to win the highway over 1,000 metres, holds off the strong challenge from Exit Fee. So 2-0, Nash on for Matt Dunn, Exit Fee, Hieronymus on for Danny Williams, and it'll be Sunrise Ridge, Amy McLucas running third for Greg Backhouse, and they've run 56.92. 56.92. What's the record look like there, Ronnie?
I've got 56.43 Marshall Music in 2023.
Okay, so they've gone very quick. Neil's run 56.92.
Yes.
33.88 the last 600.
Congratulations, Nash. You look like you got total control of that race in the first 100.
Yeah, he did. Look, he always begins well, and to his credit, he's got a high cruising speed. So when he sort of jumped cleanly and there was no real urgency, I looked. Jason Collett sort of, was could see what was going on. You know what I mean? And look, once he dropped off, we sort of got full control, and I was happy to let him sort of quicken a long way from home.
Has it been a great combination, the Dunn stable?
He's been great, yeah. Matty does a wonderful job with his horses. He places them well. When he brings them down here, they're set for the race, and he's got 15 of them that he can sort of pick and choose, and he does a wonderful job of doing that.
Well done, mate.
Thanks.
Compensation drawn the inside, nice and short. They're off. He came away well, Compensation. He's got the advantage of gate number 1 and he'll use it. Petticoat, she's reliable at the start and she came away quickly. But Compensation with gate number 1 will lead from Petticoat in second position, and Crepe Myrtle, it's going to settle down in third. Stratify's in fourth, and then came A Japan fifth, but he's caught 3 wide there. Then came Old Poker Jack in the second half of the field from Island Deck, Sir Ravanelli the grey second last, and World Alliance is the last one. So Compensation at the 425, a half length length in front here. Outside the leader, Petticoat's in second position. Crepe Myrtle on the back of the leader third. A Japan hanging in there. And the local mare Stratify, she's tucked in behind those and now presents at the top of the straight. Compensation gave a kick past the 200, 2 lengths in front. Dashed away here, Compensation. Crepe Myrtle, Petticoat, and then Stratify. They fight out the minors. Compensation's in front, getting a bit tired, but he's too fast, the 3-year-old. Compensation wins again. Stratify's run the race of her life. She's run second, and World Alliance flooding home from the back's run third. And they were followed then by Petticoat from Crepe Myrtle, and then came Poker Jack further back to Island Deck. A Japan and Sir Avenelli came in last.
Too fast, too quick. Compensation, 1,000 metre specialist. Number 6, 190, 110, 280 for Stratify. So the local horse, Neil Ward, still training at 79 years of age, is runner-up here on his home track and will stand by for third. Petticoat being grabbed by World Alliance out wide. World Alliance third and Petticoat in fourth. Now, let's have a look at your track record, Ronnie. 56.67. 56.67, not as quick. Yes, quicker than the previous in the highway, but not quite a track record.
No, I'm glad they can't bet on those track records. No, he was just too sharp from there. He got him off the bit when they sprinted. What a run by the local there, Stratify. He's obviously a very sharp horse around this 1,000 metres at home there as well. And the disappointment has to be Crepe Myrtle. They seem to have the slipstream, got a chance to get outside, coming outside the winner, but you'd have to mark her down as disappointing. Maybe it was just back in distance and they were too sharp for her.
All honours with the winner there. Once Rachel jumped to the front and took total control of that race, it was always going to suit the short straight here at Gosford. So, yeah, really nice win. Congratulations, Rachel. Once he jumped to the front, it's pretty much all over.
It was, yeah. Like he's just keeps stepping up. He's a very unassuming sort of horse. He just wanders around and doesn't turn a hair. He hasn't even sweated today. But he's professional when he gets out there. He's really got his mind on the job. And like I said to you pre-race, he just keeps stepping up. Every time we've asked him a question, he's just answered it.
No, he's won over 1,100, but are you convinced he'll go further?
Yes. Stop saying he's just a 1,000 metre horse.
Well done.
Well done, Björn. Compensation wins again. This is all prep number 1.
Yeah, it is, and it's a Lady Syndicate horse, and he's done a marvellous job. A $200,000 race today, so no, he was fantastic. He did what I thought he would do, and maybe just a little bit vulnerable late, so he'll go for a well-earned break, and I'd like to think he's going to come back and be bigger, stronger, and hopefully a little bit better.
Will he ever get over further? You're 1,000, you're 1,100, you've conquered that. Could he possibly stretch it at any stage?
I've got a very short attention span, so I'm comfortable at the 1,000. I think 1,100 in time, and if he can get to 1,200, who knows? But yeah, it's just a matter to harness that speed as he gets more mature. Hopefully, we'll be able to get over a touch further. It opens up a heck of a lot of doors if we can.
Well done.
Thank you.
Coast, the takeover target, and the cup's still to come. Here's Anthony.
And he's drawn in gate 2. They're ready to go. They're off. Mr. Miller broke well with Cloisters underneath it, and Chili Margs is going forward this afternoon. Pleasure Artist coming across with Voting Rights just in front of it. And Nobler is going to settle at the tail of the field. It's Voting Rights who runs to the top turn, and it'll lead. So Voting Rights in front from Cloisters in second. And Chili Margs in third facing the breeze, and Mr. Miller, he's in fourth on the rails. And then came Pleasure Artist, who's back there second last, and Nobler, patiently ridden, is the last one as they work off the back. 1,100 metres left to go, and it's Voting Rights in front. She leads by 3/4 to Cloisters in second position. Mr. Miller on the back of the leader third, and Chili Margs in fourth, and then Pleasure Artist and Nobler is the last one. So still Voting Rights from Cloisters, a length and a half away second, and Mr. Miller, he's swinging along in third position from Chili Margs fourth, and then came Nobler, and Pleasure Artist is now the last one. So Voting Rights, she got a pretty cheap little sectional there through the middle stages. She ran past the 600, A length and a half in front to Cloisters second. Mr. Miller, he's still poised there on the back of the leader third. Chili Margs asked for an effort fourth, and then came Nobler 3 pairs back. And Pleasure Artist is last, but they packed right up there on the home turn. Voting Rights turns in front from Cloisters. There's no run, Mr. Miller, and Chili Marks keeps it in a pocket for the moment as Cloisters hit the front. Mr. Miller, he's pushing into the clear from Chili Marks, and in the meantime, here's Nobler. Nobler launching on them with Mr. Miller bursting through the middle. Nobler beat Mr. Miller. Cloisters has run third. Pleasure Artist, Chili Margs, and Voting Rights came in last.
Okay, it's a Waller trifecta here. But the horse that Tim said they didn't want to back, Nobler, has got up and bloused them all while Mr. Miller was trying to get clear of that pocket. And Cloisters is going to get third. It's Waller, Waller, Waller.
Yeah, well, he is an improving horse because he's got a big finish on him, hasn't he? I think he was unlucky, the favourite. We all saw what happened. He got held up, and then just no momentum at a vital stage. So it took him forever to wind up again, but the winner was off and gone. So he's had a few trifectas, the Waller stable, in the past month. They've had trifectas galore, and they've done it again here.
Chili Marks is going to run fourth, and Pleasure Artist fifth, which makes the early leader Voting Rights at the tail of the field.
As jockeys, like Ronnie, you would know, the small fields, they become very, very tactical, and the last thing you want to do is be snookered behind him on the fence. And the favourite was back there, Adam Ironimus, as well as Tyler Schiller on the eventual winner, but Tyler slipped up underneath him coming to about the 400 metre mark. Looked like he wasn't going to get the run, but he had to give a little bit of a hip and shoulder to get out, but once he gave the hip and shoulder, he was off and gone.
They weren't going quick, and they've run 136.46 for the mile, 136.46, home in 35.05. Well, Nobler looks like he's going to have a bit of a future here in Oz.
Yeah, for sure, Greg. He's a very talented horse. He's gone to the next level today. And luck in running, well, it plays a part in racing, doesn't it? And that was evident there. Tyler just let it unfold, and look, he was too good down the outside on what's been a quite leader biased day so far. So he's had plenty to deal with, but he's done it with good fashion.
And he had wound up. He'd reached the lead while Mr. Miller was still trying to get out.
Yeah, exactly. Momentum around all tracks is important, but especially around here. So Tyler summed the race up well. He was able to build momentum, as you said, and look, he's got plenty of nice races in him, particularly next prep in the spring as well.
Mr. Miller will wait another day too.
Yeah, look, we won't watch this race too many times, hopefully, but look, he'll bounce back in good style.
Well done. Well, all the luck with Tyler Schiller, and here he is with Corey Brown.
Congratulations, Tyler. Looked a little bit muddling there at the top of the straight, but once he got clear air, he picked up really well.
Yeah, I was a touch worried early. He hasn't got a lot of muster, and I didn't want to force him to be right up their bums because I knew the pace would have come out at some stage. And when it did, I was happy to poke up behind Mr. Miller and sort of take a little bit of a lucky run because I thought he'd get a run a bit earlier. When Cloisters held its ground outside the lead and he couldn't get through, I had to change to the outside. But to this fella's credit, geez, he's got a really good turn of foot, and with a bigger weight today, he's really picked up sharply. He's got a good footing under him, and Chris has done a great job with him and his team, and going forward I think he's a really nice horse.
Well done.
Thank you.
With Majorian, I think we're all set. The big field for the Elite Sand and Soil 78, 2100 for the stayers. This is Gosford 6. They're ready and they're off. And King of the Sea came away well from a middle barrier. Showing speed was Thrice. And I Am the Empire down near the inside from King Kickow and Placid Pearl and Bellamontagna. Budgie Smuggler from a wide gate coming across, and following it was Arcadian Emperor as they run down the straight. Now midfield, we've got King Pedro. He's 3 deep into the first turn from Coolabah, then Pinhole. They're followed then by Deluvier. Now King of the Sea is in the second half of the field, about 3 parts of the way down. He's only got 4 or 5 behind him. Majorian's one of those, with Saint Emilion, Monopolistic, and Cap Son Marton is the last one. So the leader is Arcadian Emperor as they run into the back from the Budgie Smuggler. It's in second and Thrice in third, and I Am the Empire. It's in 4th position. Bellamontagna in 5th, racing on its own from the country horse, King Kickow in the green jacket. And then came Placid Pearl from Pinhole, and then came King Pedro. They're followed then by Coolabah in the second half of the field with Deluvier. It's 3 deep and Majori in the rails. King of the Seas a mile back with St. Emilion. The 3-year-old Monopolistic and Capson Marton is the last one. They've got 900 metres left to go. And the leader is Arcadian Emperor, been left alone through the middle stages. A length and a half to the Budgie Smuggler in second position, Thrice in third. And I Am the Empire just shading that runner now. Now here's a couple of moves. King Pedro getting going with Placid Pearl. They make their runs early. Trying to get onto its back was Pinhole. And in that group of runners as well was Coolabah and Deluvier very wide from Bellamontagna. So the race really on now up to the home turn. King Pedro went early with Placid Pearl and they've hit the front from the Budgie Smuggler. It's King Pedro, Placid Pearl. They turn the bend together. The Budgie Smuggler Thrice and then came Pinhole, Deluvier. It's King Pedro in front from Placid Pearl. The Budgie Smuggler coming back along the inside. King Pedro, 125 to go from the Budgie Smuggler. Monopolistic's jumping out of the ground. Look at Monopolistic. Monopolistic won from King Pedro. King of the Sea out wide. Then came Bellamontagna from the Budgie Smuggler. They were followed then by Pinhole and further back to Thrice and then Placid Pearl. Then came Deluvier, being followed by Capson Marton from St. Emilion. Further back in the field was Coolabah, Majorian. Well back was I Am the Empire, Arcadian Emperor, and King Kickow was one of the last.
He's heading to the Queensland Derby, this son of Savabeel. Number 18, Monopolistic. Andrew Atkins and Chris Waller have burst through the centre. That horse out wide is King of the Sea. It's in a photo with King Pedro for third. It was hard to line them up. King Pedro's finished the widest of any horse all day and might have just missed second. It might be King Pedro in front of King of the Sea. You can't see King Pedro's nose. What do you think of that?
Well, he's interesting. He does look a Derby type, doesn't he? And that'll do his confidence the world of good with his first win this preparation. King of the Sea is going to make a really nice stay. He just lost the plot of the speed of the race early and took him forever to wind up on the tight track. And I just think he got there too soon, King Pedro. He's a lot of merit in that performance. He was second up and then left stranded on the point of the turn after doing work to chase the field down.
Congratulations, Andrew. That was a race that changed complexions a fair bit.
Yeah, it did. Just wanted to shut him down early, make sure he relaxed, got in a rhythm. Looked a messy race on paper and was always going to sort of play out that in the first quarter of the race. So it was just taking medicine early, get into a rhythm and let him relax. It was always going to be that change-up speed down the back somewhere. When it did, as much as it did, I was absolutely laughing because I was able to find up to nearly 5 lengths without even using my horse. So it played into my hand really well. All I needed was a little bit of luck there when we straightened up and he got that and geez, he sprinted well.
I was going to say, strong through the line?
Yeah, very strong. Step him up in trip now and come to Queensland and find a nice race for him. Thank you.
In the Godolphin Blue. Set to go. They're off. Kerguelen came away a little worse than midfield and Way to the Stars fast away with a Straka and Felix Majestic, Walado, and then came Swanesday, being followed by Kerguelen and then Harry's Yacht, Oak Hill in the second half of the field, King of Rousseau, Romeo's Choice and Iona Merck is the last one. Way to the Stars in front here from Felix Majestic in the pink jacket running to second and Ostraka's in third. Walado's in fourth position and Kerguelen nice and close, fifth the rails, and then came Harry's Yacht. They're followed then by Oak Hill. Swanesday on a 3-wide line. It's around King of Rousseau. And the last pair, Romeo's Choice and Iona Merck. So coming to the 425 and the leader Way to the Stars in front by more than a length here. Old Felix Majestic pushed along in second position. Ostraka's cut the corner third with Walado following it. Harry's Yacht pulling out and coming down the outside, King of Rousseau. 125 left to go. Way to the Stars in front. Walado coming up underneath it. Harry's Yacht, King of Rousseau. Way to the Stars in front. Harry's Yacht, King of Rousseau. Harry's Yacht or King of Rousseau. It's a big finish here. Way to the Stars close up with Walado on the far side as well. And Swanesday was close up as well. They were followed then by Oak Hill and then came Kerguelen from Iona Merck, Romeo's Choice, and Ostraka has come in last.
Oh, it might. I don't know. King of Rousseau's in front after the line on a free shot. I'm looking at down low. It looks as though King of Rousseau might have just got up to beat Harry's Yacht. There's some cheering going on. The numbers are up, and it is 2. King of Rousseau. 2 has got the nose in front. Kerra McAvoy, Peter Snowden defeats number 11 Harry's Yacht. Leon and Troy Corsons, Will Larkin, Ash Morgan. And third is going to be 5, and that is Way to the Stars in front of 4 Walado and then 3 Swainsday. 2.11.5.
Yeah, deserved win. He's done it with 60 kilos, first up with 1 trial under his belt. He finished the end of last prep with a bang, and he's really resumed with a bang. So Peter will handpick something for him in Queensland. Don't know what that is. We'll leave it to him. Maybe he's thinking he might be a Stradbroke horse as well. Harry's Bar, great. And I thought the Kiwi didn't do a bad job late there out wide. But all honest, the winner, first up, 60 kilos.
I couldn't agree more, Ronnie. In his trial, I thought he trialled really well as well. He came from back off them, and he really run through the line solid. But I spotted him at the corner of my eye there at about the 500 metre mark, and he was really travelling like the winner. He didn't win the big margin, but it was a terrific win.
Gee, the stable has got King of Rousseau going so well, he's just picked up where he left off.
No, that's right. No, he's absolutely airborne, the horse, and had a little freshen up after the Liverpool City Cup, and he's come back in terrific shape and nice takeover trials. It was always going to be tough today carrying that weight around here, and we had him in at the Gold Coast as well. It probably looked a more suitable race staying here today.
Are you heading north? You're going for a Group 1 next?
It's always been the plan in the back of my mind, sort of half a year ago, to get up north, and I think the Kingston Smith in 3 weeks looks an ideal target for him, and onwards from that, if he's going well enough, he has a nomination in the Stradbroke as well.
Well done.
Thank you.
Congratulations, K-Mac. Gee, looked like he was always going to win.
Yeah, he was travelling well, Brownie, and it was a nice gritty win. He had 61 on his back, or 60 plus 1, and Peter and the team have been happy with him, and he's a colt that I had, a gelding now that I hadn't ridden for a while. I rode him last when he was a colt, and full credit to Pete and his team, because he's been gelded, and the last year he's just gone from strength to strength.
You know what the plans are for him in Brisbane?
Well, I think he heads north and possibly the Kingsford Smith, and maybe en route to a Stradbroke. So, he's got improvement to come. Typical of Pete, he's going to just have him peaking for those probably couple of nice affairs up there, and who's to say he can't make his presence felt up there as well.
Well done.
Thanks, Star.
It's improvement, yeah.
And Cerismo's favourite, drawn down near the inside, ready for the coast, they're off. Cerismo broke well down near the inside. Lord Penguin was also fast away. Sir Dinadan just snags in behind those with Rhodogilla. Athanatos coming across to have a look for the lead. Grand Omaha and Cosmina, one of the roughies from Depth of Character. And they're followed then by Snitzenova as they run into the far turn at the back. Now just in front of it was On Display, and Zambardo as well, racing second last. So the favourite Cerismo's found the lead now as they run into the back, 1,200 metres left to go. Cosmina the roughie making a nuisance of itself, up outside the leader in second, and Athanatos hard on the steel. It's racing in third position. Lord Penman's in fourth, and then came Grand Omaha from Rhodogilla and Sir Dinadan racing together. Then Depth of Character, On Display, Zambardo second last, and Snitzenova is the last one. Cerismo's 3/4 in front, 800 metres left to go. Cosmina's in second position, 2 lengths away. In third was Athanatos. And then Lord Penman from Grand Omaha, Rhodogilla, Sir Dinadan. 2.5 to Depth of Character. It's being followed by On Display. Zambardo is second last, and Snitsenova's the last one. Cerismo's run fast here in the coast, and Cosmina sticking with it, coming to the 4:25. Athanatos in third position, and then came Lord Penman. Rhodogilla slicing through between runners once they turn, and Sir Dinadan very wide. Cerismo turns in front from Cosmina, hanging in there. Athanatos, Rhodogilla behind those. Depth of Character coming up the inside. Cerismo from Athanatos. Athanatos hit the front and the coast. It's Athanatos in front. Athanatos takes the coast. Cerismo's run second, and Grand Omaha's run third, and then came Depth of Character, and Cosmina's run a great race at massive odds. Then came Zambardo out wide from Sir Dinadan, and they were followed then by Rhodogilla. Lord Penman a long way back with On Display, and Snitzenova was one of the last.
Athanatos. Karen McAvoy for Philip Stokes has won race number 8, the $500,000 The Coast. It'll be Athanatos, the horse trained at Pakenham by Philip Stokes, defeating Cerismo, who's managed to hold on and run second, and this Queensland Oaks-bound filly, Grand Omaha, has got to the line and grabbed third. So it'll be 7, 10 and 8.
Well, he seemed to travel beautifully in the run, getting the right run, Athanatos, and he was just, he proved too good. So a good bit of placement by Philip. He's won a big money race here with a horse that probably had a poor winning strike rate, and he got the right run and he produced the horse at the right time. Cerismo's gone good. He's battled on well. I thought he was going to win depth of character. He just has to probably duck back to the wrong part of the track there. And this Grand Omaha, wow, where does that run come from? Maybe it might be a little sneaky Oaks chance if she can run the distance out. But all honest, the winner was probably a deserved winner.
Yeah, I could see what Jason Collett was doing on depths of character there, Ronnie. He rode for luck because he was obviously back, and they all started to swing out wide and make runs from about the 600 metre mark. He tried to make luck up the inside, but not the right part of the track. But all honours with the winner, and a great ride there by Kieran McAvoy.
9.30 and 2.60, 1.60 for Cerismo, $8.50 the place for Grand Omaha, who went round a 50 to 1 chance. Now the time for the mile is 1:36.92, home in 34.67. And that is the Coast. Up next will be the Cup, the Gosford Cup, over 2,100 metres.
Congratulations, Kieran. Nice win. Always confident in the run.
Yeah, I was pretty confident when I got the booking and looked at his runs. Gave Stokesy a call yesterday and he backed it up. He said, look, he's in good form. I got confidence out of the last time he went to a mile was the Turak. As we know, competitive handicap, Group 1, and he wasn't beaten far. So, you know, I wanted to get a good spot today, and then Stokesy said, that's fine, just make sure you switch him off. And I was sort of able to fill his lungs up, and he was away and gone on the corner.
Well done.
Thanks, mate.
Set for the Cup. They're ready. They're off. Mason Louis came away well, and Portland down near the inside was also fast away. Bois de Jont was quickly into stride. The Grey and Sunset Park having a look for the lead early. Portland up in third position. Sayadati Sadati fourth early. And then came Yu Wang from Zafod, and then Unspoken Touristic. And then came Our Gold Hope from Dr. Ascar. Now third last is Star of India. Asterix is second last, and Mason Louis is the last one. So they run to the bottom turn. They've got 1,450 metres left to go. And the leader is Sunset Park from Sayadati Sadati in second position. And Portland up nice and close. It's in third position once they link up with the back straight. They're followed then by Bois de Jont, who settles midfield with Yu Wang just in front of it. Then came Zafod, who's racing midfield with Unspoken on its outside from Touristic, Our Gold Hope, Dr. Ascar. Well back Star of India, Asterix is second last, and Mason Louis is the last one. Good speed here, 1,100 metres left to go. Off the back in the Gosford Gold Cup, and the leader is Sunset Park, really opening them up through the middle stages. Sayadati Sadati carting the field up to this leader in second position. Yu Wang's in third, Portland's in fourth, Unspoken's in fifth, then Bois de Jont, then Touristic being followed by Zafod, Our Gold Hope, racing with Dr. Ascar. Asterix a long way back with Star of India, and still Mason Louis is the last one past the 600, and Sunset Park really has them chasing her. She's in front by 3.5 lengths. In second, Sayadati Sadati. Here comes Yu Wang. She comes into the race at the right time from Portland Unspoken. Then came Touristic from Zafod. Dr. Ascar's a long way back. It's being followed by Asterix once they turn, and Mason Louis behind a wall. They've got 200 to go. Yu Wang, she went early, hit the front. Zafod coming up underneath her. Asterix is chiming in now, and Touristic with the last shot at them. Asterix and Zafod. Asterix just in front. Asterix won the Cup. Beats Zafod. Touristic's run third. Mason Louis from the back, Unspoken, Star of India. Then came Portland. They're followed by Yu Wang, who went early. Further back to Our Gold Hope. It was being followed by Dr. Ascar. Well back in the field was Sayadati Sadati. And the last few, we've got Sunset Park, Bois d'Argent, and they were the last couple.
Chris Waller will win his 4th Gosford Gold Cup with Asterix. He just couldn't be going any better. It all started, Ronnie, when he won the Beaufort and he went out running second in the Christmas Cup, but he's come back and he's gone bang, bang. First up in the JRA Plate, second up in the Gosford Cup. He's back in just a purple patch.
Unbelievable, and the typical sniping collet ride. He went back to last, got enough speed up front. He had 61 kilos, mind you, so geez, I wonder what he's going to have a crack with him probably, I don't know whether he thinks he can run 2 mile the Brisbane Cup or anything like that, but surely there's something for him the form he's in.
I think we spoke after this horse won the Beaufort at Newcastle, and right at that point he just turned everything around.
Yeah, look, it's amazing what confidence can do to horses, Greg. In this preparation, he's sort of taken up where he's left off. He was terrific the other day, and consistency's sort of been something that he's lacked. But look, to string back-to-back wins together and do it in style like that with weight, it was a terrific effort.
You know what Chris has got in store for him beyond now? I mean, he's won 2 features on first up and second up.
Yeah, look, he's extremely underrated, but look, as long as he's winning, we don't mind too much. But look, you'd have to say a trip to Queensland beckons off the back of that. He'll get a mile and a half. There's some options up there for him, and no, it's terrific to win for the owners who have stuck by us.
Particularly with the weight of 61.
Yeah, terrific. On a truck like that today, spotting them to start, it was an effort full of merit, and yeah, he's underrated, as I said. So it's good to win the Gosford Cup. Jace rode him a treat, and he really gets along well with Jace.
Well done. Here he is, Jason Collett.
Well done, Jace. What an effort with that weight and the acceleration that he had.
He's flying, this horse. He, the weight, the barrier. Look, I was fortunate enough. The tempo was great early. He was disagreeing with me a touch past the winning post, and he started to get into a rhythm nice down the side, so we worked together there. But look, I was fortunate. I got a lot of lucky breaks, but I had the horse to do it. He loved it though. He's done that twice now in the last start, and it's suiting him well.
For a horse over that trip and carrying that distance, he's got an electric turn of foot.
He does. He does. Like, he's a Derby winner. And credit to Chris and his team, like to get him back here, or to get him back and probably going best as ever he's probably ever been. Like, he's a happy horse, and it's good to be a part of.
Ahmad.
Thank you.
All right, here's Anthony Manton for the last.
And the last couple, Stay Focused and Scintilla. Scintilla comes forward, and Stay Focused, the last one for the Railway Hotel, Gosford, 78 benchmark. La Roa's your final favourite. And they're set to go. They're off. She came away well, La Roa. She's about midfield early on. Stay Focused from a wide gate was fast away with Scintilla. Now Morjude pushing forward, and going forward with Shervington as well, and Common Goal's right up there. Shervington's going to lead. Morjude second, and Common Goal lands in third position from Scintilla, and Stay Focused very wide. Then came La Roa about midfield from Mogul Monarch, just passing that runner. Then came Whoever Thought and Hillier racing together from Anything Goes, Winston Hills, and Damien is the last one. It's Shervo in front. Shervington, 600 metres left to go from Stay Focused, who did some work to get up outside the leaders second. Morjude's behind those third. Common Goal pushed along. Mogul Monarch, and then came Scintilla. La Roa awkwardly placed here, just on the back of a slow one, taking it nowhere at the moment, and Hillier starts its run. They're on the turn, 300 to go. Shervington's in front from Stay Focused, hanging in there. Mogul Monarch ran at them. Hillier coming down the outside. Scintilla back on the far side. Mogul Monarch hit the front, 125 to go. Here's Hillier. Hillier after Mogul Monarch. Mogul Monarch claimed by Hillier. It's a first up crush. Hillier first, Mogul Monarch second, Morjude third, Stay Focused, La Roa, Winston Hills. They're followed by Whoever Thought, Anything Goes. Further back in the field to Scintilla, and they were followed then by, pulling up quickly, we've got Common Goal, Damien, and Shervington was one of the last.
Hillier wins first up. gelded after the Caulfield Guineas. Nasrawilla, Annabelle and Rob Archibald will beat Mogul Monarch. Morjude will be third. La Roja will be fourth.
Yeah, nice horse, nice horse. He's in for a big prep. They're gelded him now. He's first up there. That's a lovely return, and he's been trialling up like a nice horse too. So that's been franked. He can head to Queensland. There's a peak performance left in him for sure. Don't know what that race is. We keep bringing up that one race that they all can't win it, and he's probably he needs to probably win a lead up to get in the race anyway with his rating. But he had that race covered on the point of the home turn there, and off he goes. He's run well at Mogul Monarch, hasn't he? Keeps battling away with Morjude there, but best horse wins. Best horse wins.
Yeah, all honours with the winner, Ronnie. Like you said, I grabbed in at about the 600 metre mark, and you could tell Nash was riding the horse. He was full of confidence. He was travelling well. That gelding operation's obviously going to turn him into a real racehorse now.
All right, well, Annabelle was just hoping that Nash got on with Hillier. He did more than that. Number 3, Hillier, racing in the OTI colours. A gelding now by Zoo Star, a 3-year-old. Annabelle and Rob Archibald, the training combination. Just waiting for Annabelle to come down. 109.7, 109.7 the time. And home in 34.52, a long neck by 1, 3, 1, 6 and 13. Here she comes, Annabelle Neesham. Well, you were hoping for a bit of Nash magic and you got it.
Yeah, I did. He was good. Nice to see the horse was relaxed and looked a bit more tractable. Probably actually expected him to settle a bit closer, but the main thing was just to have him wear happy, and he looked happy, and Nash had a lap full of horse around the corner, so that'll do his confidence the world of good.
You could see him warming up. You must have been confident when he put himself into the race before the turn.
Yeah, exactly that. So see what Nash says, but I think we could probably step him up to 1400. Might even, the plan was originally the Gold Coast Guineas into the Fred Best. So look, we've come to Gosford now. We may still head up north with him for the Fred Best, but we'll enjoy this one, and good effort with the big weight as well.
Well done.
Thank you.
There's Annabelle. Well, the Fred Best is an important race for the 3-year-olds. It gets you into the Stradbroke. Nasrawilla unsaddling. Another winner for Nash today. Corey and Ronnie and I'll be back tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock on Thoroughbred Weekly to wrap up today's Gosford card, and also a look at Gold Coast Guineas Day with so much happening up north. But here he is for the final time today, Corey and Nash.
Well done, Nash.
Really nice. He's a beautiful rider.
Congratulations, Nash. That gelding operation's really turned him into a racehorse.
Yeah, look, I think a bit of time, and that's certainly helped. He's he had the form on the board, and great to see him come here today and do what he did. He's a promising horse. Yeah.
You're always confident in the run.
As confident as I could be. I jumped very awkwardly, and sort of took me 100 metres to get his head down and get him travelling kindly. And once I found that 3 wide line with the bum 3 lengths in front of me, he relaxed beautifully, and from that point on I was confident he'd get his opportunity to show his best,
Well done, mate.
Thank you. Cheers.
Okay, Hillier wins the last race, number 10, and that is Gosford Gold Cup Day. 10 races.